world living in you, or are you living in your own world? Is the world living in you, or are you living in your own world? What do I mean by that? What I mean is everything you know of this world what captivates you the most? Is everything you've learned since a child what keeps you in your current situation or where you're at? Is that what keeps you grounded? Or do you live in your own creation? Do you live in your own concept of the world that you choose to create on a daily basis, a consistent basis? Do you have a perception that you've created over time through constant, consistent action? Constant, conscious action of creating a new reality, of understanding things for a different meaning, for a different way to live. You see, many of us go through life and we experience so many different things. We have the great joy of being able to experience every single day. But oftentimes what happens is we don't, this experience that we get isn't framed as beauty. It isn't framed into our life as a joy or as what we should be grateful for. Many of us aren't taught to be grateful like that. I mean, some of us are in small ways, but even when we are, most of the time it's not as thorough or as in depth, as much depth to the gratitude as it should be, as it could be, as it is when you fully realize the abundance of life, as it is when you choose to live in your own absolute world, in your own reality. See, many of us, we have gratitude. We're born and maybe we go through some stuff and we want to have gratitude. We want to be grateful. So we are. And we are grateful for many different things. But our perception of life is still skewed a little bit more to the ungrateful side, or to seeing things as more negative. Maybe we've just seen more negativity, so it's hard for us not to perceive things as somewhat inherently negative. Well, that can cause issues. In fact, that is what manifests more issues. That negative perception of life, that life is just always like this. Like, yeah, I'm grateful, I'm thankful for what I have, but that's just the way things are for me. That kind of mindset. It doesn't have to be like that. Now, again, this is hard to learn and ingrain, honestly, because, again, we go through 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of living these different life situations, and next thing we know, someone's trying to tell us that we could be more grateful than we are. Well, the point is that what we feel, our feeling states, is what we will continue to manifest. What we expect of our future, of our life, is what we create. Now, to live a life of your own choosing, to live in your own world, it truly means to be delusional to a degree. Delusional in the fact that, yeah, I've experienced this and that and this and that, but I'm not going to let it slow me down. I'm not going to let it be different than what it could be. Like, I'm not going to let it be what it always has been. I've experienced all this and it's been painful, but in reality, I'm going to create my own reality. I don't care what I've experienced. I don't care what I've learned in the past that hurt me in this way or that way. I'm going to drop everything that's hurting me and not serving me. And I'm going to live up to a higher destiny. I'm going to live up to a higher understanding that helps me live more efficiently. Okay, because what happens if I don't? Well, if I have the mindset that I've continuously created more situations that aren't as desirable simply because I expected them, well, guess what? You're going to keep on doing that. You're going to keep on manifesting that. You're going to keep on creating these different situations that lead to the same outcome or a similar outcome, the same energy. I've been learning a lot recently, the past few months, about energy familiar energy, what we create into our life based on what's familiar from our childhood, from earlier ages of our life. And it all makes sense the more you learn about it. I mean, it's crazy. We all have such control over our lives, over our energy, our what we're pulling towards us, what we're manifesting. But the 3D world tells you otherwise. The 3D world is full of realism, right? And well, things have always been like this, so that's just the way they're going to be. Science says this, you know. My mom, my dad, my whoever, my teacher told me this. So that's the way it has to be. Nah, man. You determine how it has to be. You determine what it's going to be, how it could be, what it looks like for the future. You have the choice to make that difference. But it's so easy to fall out of sight of that. In fact, that's exactly what the 3D world, the sensory world, will teach you time and time and time again. That there is no fourth dimension, that there is no way to create different realities other than just hard work. You know what I mean? No, you can do so much just with the power of your mind. You just have to begin to learn about it. You just have to be grateful. You have to understand that there is a difference you can make. And never stop until you learn how to do it and consistently do it and manifest whatever it is that you want. And at that point, why would you ever stop? It's like you're finding out a key to life. You're finding out how to live life by your own choosing. So it's like, even if it took you 5 years to figure that out, why would you ever stop? Why would you ever give up on a process like that? Just to go live back in mediocrity that you hate, but it's comfortable, it's easy. No, man, don't drop to that lower standard of living that will cause endless suffering and misery just because it's easier and more comfortable. Are you living in your world, or is the world living in you? Drop the social conditioning. Drop the ways of the world that aren't helping you. And begin to see the world in a light that you actually want to. In a light that actually helps you and helps your loved ones and helps the world in general. Because anybody who's ever made change in life was able to do this. Anybody who was ever a great inventor, a creator, an artist that changed the world or even just changed a certain amount of people's life, they were able to do this. They were able to see past the realism, the easy to see, the believe it to see it, or see it to believe it kind of mindset. They were able to be delusional to most for the point of creating more, for the point of creating and having a different lifestyle, a different situation, whatever it is. And guess what? They found adversity from outside people. They found hate from people who lived in this realism. Jesus Christ, anybody, all these great people, they all faced extreme adversity because they thought differently, because they seen things in a different light that allowed them to be more positively radiating and create positive change. So yeah, strike out on your own, man. Do some crazy shit. Do whatever it is that gets you out of your element, that allows you to see life in a different light. That allows you to be yourself in your own way, regardless of what others think, regardless of how it makes you feel in certain moments that it's scary. Because that is the process, man. That is the journey. That is life. That is where we find ourselves. By putting ourselves through those situations of adversity and growing in our own special individual way. But we have to be delusional enough to believe that there is light at the end of that tunnel, and that we can create a different situation than what we've always lived in, rather than persisting in that situation we've always lived in that is miserable. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what's going on below. We're just going to have an amazing day. It's Thursday morning here. It's been a great week already. It's going to be another rest of the week. It's going to be amazing. You guys go kill your day. Go crush whatever it is. Live in your own world and be who you want to be, guys. I love you. Let's go get it.